had a couple of people that usually come to this that said they were not able to come today, and I get that request. Please send me the link after you're done. So here we go. All right, let's get some breath work going before we start moving. So just find where you are. It's very it's a loaded question, right? Where am I? And let's have our hands on the lower abdomen. Just kind of feel where you are in space. Let's first start with becoming aware that our bodies are right here, it's right now, and that usually helps bring our consciousness, our mind, also into the present moment, sort of letting go of whatever was happening before, or to-do lists, things that will be happening. Just sort of let that go and allow the spaciousness of your brain to grow into this present moment. We'll be doing a few movements today that incorporate both fire and earth, because as we know, towards the end of August, we can still have these really hot, fiery summer-like days, but then we have these little peppered days where you can kind of feel that little transition to fall, that little earth energy where things are fully ripened. There's almost like a really sweet smell outside as things are just about to turn from being really ripe and juicy to starting to break down and return back to the earth. And then let's open our eyes and let's go right into knocking on the door of life. Getting things moving. So up in the Catskills, we are in the Kingston area, and I went to a really great play in Catskill. There's a town called Catskill, and that's a little further north. But on 87, as I was traveling up, there's already red leaves on the side of the road. It's happening. The transition has started. It starts to build momentum as we get more into September up here, but transitions start usually pretty subtly. And let's come up below the collarbone. Hopefully that's the sign that we'll have a really good foliage year. It can be quite beautiful up here. And then all the way to the tops of the shoulders. And back down. And back down to the waist. So this here, where we are knocking across, this is our center. This is earth. This is all about transformation of energy, of food. So we're knocking on the spine, but this is a really great exercise to help generate some energy into the digestive system and helping that transformation. And then release the arms and go into a more yin final opening exercise. Just sort of, and think about also sort of like gathering, right? We're just grazing the space around us, but there's a little bit of a or we can make this a little bit more of a gathering into the center. And then let's start to slow down. And let's continue onward onto spinal cord breathing. Inhale, look up. Exhale, curl forward. Tucking the tailbone down, tucking the chin down, and then inhaling. So again, as we exhale, opening up that entire space between the sacrum and our skull, all the way up. The atlas and axis, the very top of the spine, sort of like tuck up almost under the base of the skull. So that whole line of energy, we can work to help increase the flexibility of moving the fluid that bathes the spine, the spinal cord. Just think of moving aloe. Keep going. Moving aloe through the spine. Okay. It's a very nourishing substance that is soothing. Think about all the articulations, right? Where each vertebrae meets the other, that articulation, right? We have a bunch of them. There's the lumbar spine has 5 vertebrae, thoracic spine above that has 12, and then the cervical spine above that is 7. So think about each one of those. We're just helping to increase the flexibility of, helping to nourish. And let's exhale and drop the arms down. So I'm feeling the need to do a little cleansing and clearing. So let's do tiger clears the way. So we start with our tiger claws above our heads. So tiger clears the way is the one where we exhale and bring the hands down and then straighten the legs and then bring the arms out to the sides and then bend the knees again as the arms come down and then straighten. So we bend the knees and straighten, bend the knees and straighten. And then you can pick up a little momentum. My knee is doing all sorts of crackling. And then if you want to incorporate the heart sound on the exhale, it's and one more. Okay, yeah, you might feel a little peppy now. a lot of oxygen. It's good. You might feel a little bit lightheaded. That's okay. We're gonna bring it down. So let's come to a wider stance and then have our hands on our thighs above the knees, and then just drop your right shoulder down. Oh. Twisting is so good for the internal organs in the spine. Using your right arm as a little lever, kind of helping to get a little bit deeper into the twist. And let's unwind and then drop the left shoulder down. Breathing into the spine. So you might feel the urge just to stretch a little bit more on the inhale. Like think about creating space between the crown of your head and your tailbone. And then on the exhale, you might have just a little more space to go a little bit deeper. And then let's move on the breath. So inhale to the center, exhale, drop the shoulder down, and then inhale to the center, drop the shoulder down. Just moving back and forth on the breath. All right, just think about compressing the organs. And then as we release, it's flooded, all of this, the internal organs flooded with fresh nutrients and oxygen. Going nice and slow. And then let's hang forward for a moment. We're doing a little opening for the shoulders. This is pendulum. So what you're going to do is just allow the arms to dangle down. So you're looking towards the floor, you're bent over. And then we're just going to allow the arms to swing, like using your body. Like let your arms kind of just be nice and loosey-goosey. And you're just kind of using your body to help get a little bit of swinging action into the arms. It should feel really good between the shoulder blades. Try to let your head be a little relaxed here. And you can make the swings really big, even kind of coming to the side so you're looking in that direction at the top arm. Right? And you can make the swing almost into a twist, or you can just let your arms hang down and have it be a little bit more central. We're just getting a really good range of motion and space through the whole shoulder girdle. And then let's come to stillness. And then let's just reach our hands towards the earth with bent knees, or you can keep your hands on your thighs and then just allow the head to really relax here. And then very slowly, let's roll up. One vertebrae starts to stack on top of the other. And that should feel really good. So we're going to keep this wider stance. And you can actually make it a little bit wider even. And then you might want to take, your feet can stay face forward, or you can take your right foot and just turn it slightly out. We're going to go into Tiger Pierces the Veil, which is a little weight shift movement. We start with the palms facing out. And we're going to shift the weight to the back foot. And as we do, the hands come down so they're facing the earth. And then we're going to transfer the weight to the right foot. And then we come up and then pull back, shift the weight to the back foot. And then we come down again. So here the palms face down. And then as we come up, they turn. So they're facing the front of the room. And as we transfer the weight to the back foot, the palms face down. Inhale here, back, And then slowly transfer the weight forward. We're extending forward, and then inhale, pulling and drawing back. So you see there's almost like a circle that we're making. We're inhaling towards the back foot, and then exhale the front foot. So piercing, the tiger pierces the veil. Right? The veil of illusion, right? Where we think we are not anything, any of the things that we think we're not. We're not worthy, we're not capable, we're not strong. The illusions that we might have for ourselves and maybe others, kind of taking this as a way of sort of reminding ourselves that maybe there's a little bit of misinterpretation. And that this is just energy. We are just energy, and we're helping to kind of pierce through things that might be inhibiting us or holding us back from seeing things clearly. And then embracing the fact that we have all this strength, and we're just helping to guide how energy moves through ourselves so that we can feel vitality and strength and groundedness. Nice and slow. Just think about a long exhale and a nice long inhale. Your legs can be closer together if you want to make it a smaller movement. If your legs are further apart, it might be a little more challenging, using a little more strength. It depends on what feels good for you right now. There is no right or wrong. It's what you feel you need in this moment. And then let's pause as we come to the center. Bring the hands together at the sternum. And then let's pause here. Just reconnect to the breath. Inhale and look up. And then exhale. Looking towards the hands. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale. And exhale. So now we will do the opposite side. Again, your feet can stay forward. So they're not really turned out like this. They're really, if anything, that front foot is going to turn slightly out. So you have more range of motion as we go through this. Hands facing the front of the room. Let's transfer the weight to the back foot, palms face down. And then we push like we're pushing something forward or sliding across the room. And then we're drawing back up. So there's a kind of a little bit of a squat, or we're reaching towards maybe the earth and then drawing back up. Maybe instead of a circle, it's more of like an ellipse, an oval. Moving on the breath, inhaling, we draw up, and exhale, reaching forward. Going at your own pace, but I encourage you to go slowly just to see what that feels like. And then maybe a little bit faster, just because it feels differently. And then let's come to the center. Inhale, look up. And exhale, back to the center. And again, inhale. And exhale. One last inhale. And exhale. Let's shake the feet out. Okay, before we go into our flows, let's do a little spreading. We'll just do one version of spreading feathers. So palms face down, reaching towards the earth, like you have your hands on the tops of two tigers, resting on their heads. And let's have the head tilt over to the left shoulder. And then inhale, roll the head towards the back of the shoulder, and then slowly exhale towards the front, going back and forth. And then let your head come all the way forward, just rolling to the opposite shoulder, pressing down on those two tigers. And then inhale, roll the head slightly back, and then exhale slightly forward. And on the next exhalation, bring the head forward, drop your arms down. And then let's just shake everything out. So because we're doing some fire heart-centric exercises, a good variation of this is to let your arms come to about shoulder height and really allow your wrists to be nice and loose, because the pericardium and heart channel starts in the chest and they run down the inner forearms into the fingers. This is a good way of helping to kind of unclear or get rid of some of the stagnation that might be lurking around here. And then you can drop them back down. And let's start to slow down. Okay. We are starting with a flow that incorporates some balance. So let's start with reconnecting to our balance. So palms facing the earth. Think about gravity, think about anchoring ourselves down, right? Or else we'd be floating all over the place. So the earth energy is predominantly, think about gravity, that is a major earth-centric force, is the earth force. So we're just connecting to that space below us that's helping to anchor us down. And then the flow we are starting with is called rooster stands on one leg. So we start with transferring the weight to your left foot. And then as your right knee comes up, your right arm, like almost like they're connected, are going to rise up. And then very slowly, we're just gonna bring our both arm and leg down, tap down, come to the center, and then transfer the weight to the right foot. And then the left knee and arm come up. It's okay if we wobble or fall. It's a practice, we call it practice. We just transfer the weight and then inhale, think about growing tall. And then exhale as we come back down to the earth and then transfer the weight to the opposite side. And then toe taps down, then the ball, and then the heel, almost like you're rolling your foot as we come down. So inhale, and you don't have to bring the knee all the way up. You want to just like kind of come to your tippy toes. That's fine too. It's up to you. And then tap, roll, come back down. You can bend the knees slightly, right? And as we come up, there's a little lift through the spine. And then so it's a lot, right? It's balance, it's strength, it's control, which is always great to work on. It's important. Think of just slowly coming over, anchoring down with that standing foot. And then think about the rising knee and hand, right? As this sort of light little feather that's floating up and then floats back down. If you have a chair that's nearby or a wall, it is totally fine to have some sort of furniture nearby just to kind of help. That is 1,000% fine. Yeah, balance it can be tricky. So it's good to come back to it every once. Sometimes the things that we think are the easiest are really not. And then exhale and then shift. Grow tall. Think about the crown of your head going up and then coming back to the center and grounding back down. There's a little lift and a little coming back into ourselves, rising up. And then transferring the weight. Coming back to the breath. It also can be helpful if you pick a spot on the floor ahead of you that's not moving. In yoga, they use this, it's called the dristi. It's basically a point that kind of just helps kind of anchor you so that you're kind of just like allowing your body to move around this connection that you have that's kind of a stabilizing force. And let's come to the center now, keeping the palms facing down, just reconnect with that space below us. I'm sweating too. Yeah. So we're going to stagger our feet. So step back with your right foot and take your right hand, so your palms facing up near you, near your belly, excuse me. And then we're going to round the left arm out and then coming to the center. I think we did this last week as well. And then we're going to just turn and take that arm across and then press towards the back of the room. Now the arms change positions. So the right arm comes around in front as the left arm drops. So your arm is straight up and down. And then we're going to shift back to the front foot and then push that arm forward. So there's a changing of the arms and then shifting the weight to the back foot, turning, and then pressing. So the right arm comes around to the front, and then turn, and then push. And then changing the positions, shift the weight, and then pushing. So we inhale, think of inhaling as the arm comes up around, like you're gathering. And as we turn, we exhale and push. So exhale on the push, inhale as we gather, turn, and then exhale as we push. A nice slow inhale, turn, and then a nice slow exhale. Inhale, gathering the resources, and then we're able to move forward, right? Feeling we have what we need already. We're gathering this energy so we're feeling strong, we're feeling confident. That heart energy, right? Right through the palm of the hand, we're pushing for it also with our hearts. So think of this is a really earth-centric, we're gathering, think about earth gathering, and then turning, and then that fire energy, we're pushing forward out into the world. And now this time, as we transfer the weight back to the front foot, let's step up with that back foot. So your right arm should be perpendicular. Just hold that position for a moment and just step back with your left foot now. And then it's going to turn, shift the weight, and then push to the backs of the room. And then inhale now, the left arm down, around, and up, turn, and push. Exhaling as we extend out, inhale, gather. And the inhale, coming back to the center. Just hang on for one moment as I see. Okay, there was just a little note for me. Let's come to the center now, holding our chi ball right in the front, right in front of our navel. And since we're still technically in summer, the next flow is also a little bit of a balance. Dragonfly, there's two translations. Either dragonfly touches the pond or dragonfly kisses the pond. I kind of like kiss. So we're going to transfer the weight to the left foot, and then you're going to bring your right knee up, one arm in front, one arm in back. Bear with me. Now bring that back arm up and over, like you're going to make a big chi ball, and then touch that toe down simultaneously. So you're like condensing your chi ball as you're just kissing your toe down to the floor. And then inhale, bring that knee back up, come to the center, and then make a big chi ball. So now your opposite hand should be on top. We're going to transfer the weight over to the right foot, the right knee, the left knee comes up. You're going to separate the hands so your right arm is in back. Inhale it, and we're going to tap that toe down and then back pedal as we come up and then come to the center and then condense. Dragonfly cannonballs, yes. So transfer to the left foot. The right knee comes up, right? So the right arm is extended out, left arm and back. And then inhale that back arm coming forward, tapping your toe down. Reverse, so your knee comes back up as the arm comes back. And then cannonball. This one's a little bit trickier. It's fine. We're just playing here. The goal is like it's playfulness too. We're inhaling and just playing with dragonflies are playful, right? We're just tapping down, coming back up, and then we come to the center, and then we condense our little chi ball. And then we transfer the weight. Right? We're extending front and back. Tap that toe down as your back arm comes forward. And then inhale, that knee comes up as the arm comes back. Center, condense. Transfer the weight over to the right foot, left knee and arm up, right and back. Come forward, we're kissing the floor, kissing the pond. Inhale, back up. Weight over to the left, right knee and right arm up in front, left and back. And then inhale, come forward, reverse it. Woo! See? Come to the center, playfulness. So we're playing with balance and trying to like we're rigid, but then also there's like a little bit of lightness that we're trying to like a dragonfly, right? They kind of flit around and they like here and there and they're everywhere and they kiss the water and they come back up. So that's sort of that lightness and that heart-centered lightness while we're trying to do a lot of these more intricate movements. Let's do it one more time to each side. So transfer the weight to the right foot, left knee and arm come up in front. Maybe bring that arm forward as we kiss that foot down, and then inhale back to the center. And now last time, over to the left. Kiss, back up. And let's come to the center and let's just hold that chi ball in front for a moment again. And for our final flow, this is not a balance. It's bringing everything back to the center. The Ren channel is this called the conception vessel that runs the length of the front of the body. So we're just going to consolidate everything and bring everything back into the center, working on almost like a wheel of energy that we're working on throughout the entire torso. So let's start with the right hand by the belly facing up again. And the left hand, you're going to inhale it out in front, right in the center, and then come right in front of the forehead, aiming for the webbing between the thumb and index finger, aiming that for the third eye, right in front of the forehead. And then exhale the hands all the way down. And now the right arm. So it extends out, forward first, and then pulls back in. Again, your thumb, the space between the thumb and the index finger, that webbing right in front of the forehead, and then exhale. Think about churning the center line of energy and then consolidating. And last inhale. Let's come back to our chi ball for a moment. Let your arms drop down. And then inhale the arms down, around, and up. And exhale all the way down. And then inhale. And exhale. And again, inhale. Let's bring the feet together. Exhale the hands all the way down. One hand on top of the other. And let's pause. And when you're ready, you can drop your arms down and crack your eyes open. Thank you. I hope you enjoy the rest of your day, and I will send this recording to you so that you have it. And I will see you next week.
That was good. I feel better.
Me too. I'm glad you feel better. Yeah. Even if we weren't
I didn't
focusing
feel like
on,
a dragonfly, though. I felt more like an elephant.
I think we all feel like elephants. It's also like the energy of the day, but the point of it is not to get too serious, right? It's like we're all just doing what we can, and having a little lightness in that helps. It's like, oh yeah, we're having fun here, and we're doing things that are really good for us. We're also having some fun and bringing us some joy and laughter, right?
Yeah, great.
Thank you.
Take care, everyone. You're welcome.
Okay.
Bye.